Look like I need a bra.
He said a bra. What you need, a trainer?
Yeah. I feel fat. I can't go on. I feel fat.
Welcome to my world, Steve. Welcome to my world.
Hey, bro, they don't understand, bro. They don't understand.
They don't understand.
I feel like a complexity type of dude right now.
We are live, and it is that time of the moment where we are meeting as a cast for the reunion of Who is My Neighbor? I am the hostess with the mostest. Yes, I am. I am Prophetess Monique Ransom, and I am the director, the writer, as well as the producer of the play, Who is My Neighbor? This is what we call the reunion time, where we will get together and begin to share our experiences with our actual live production. So before we begin of the play, Who is My Neighbor? So before we begin, we will be get together and begin to share. We will be actually going through some questions. Actually, I have some surprises for them on here. So it's going to be a unique experience for them as well. And so let us begin to unmute ourselves and introduce ourselves as to who you are by name, full name, as well as the role that you played inside of the production.
Hi, my name is Joyce, and I played First Lady 1, the Sadiddy.
You were the first lady or the church lady?
I'm sorry, Church Lady 1.
Okay.
And she was classified as the Sadiddy lady in the church.
And yes, she was. Okay, let's move on. Next.
Hi, I'm Ursula. I was church lady number 2. I'm glad that church lady number 1 corrected herself and said she was church lady number 1, not first lady.
Here we go.
Already they're acting up. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Well, I'm Sharnita, and I played Jasmine in the play.
Okay. Let's go. Keep it moving.
I'm Ron.
I'm Malik.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Husband.
Hi, my name is Stephen Gallup, and I played DeAndre Brown, the adorable husband in the play.
And all kinds of adjectives. Okay. Okay.
We'll get to that part of the being adorable in a minute.
Church lady.
Let's keep going. Let's hear from Kennedy and Kelly.
Unmute yourself.
And I play the neglected middle child.
Okay.
My name is Kelly Wade, and I play the bag lady.
Okay, let's go on down to Monique Rowland. Who seems to be frozen.
I'm not frozen. My name is Ron Rowling. I played the bishop.
Okay, let's going down to the next row. Who do we have?
Solomon.
Oh, hello guys. My name's Solomon Hilton. I play the guest apostle.
All right. And last but never the least, our experiences with our actual live production. Going down to our baby girl on the left of Solomon.
Our screens are different.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Abrielle, and I played the oldest neglected child. I was
Oh.
very, very bossy.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. So I am so glad that the majority of you have decided to tune in. For those of you who do not know, we actually performed the play on October the 2nd and October the 3rd in honor of those who had already purchased tickets before the COVID. And unfortunately, everyone could not join us today, and they will be greatly missed. Some people will be coming in and tuning in a little later. So as you notice, each of them introduced themselves, and they introduced themselves as far as their role. So let me go into some questions. Let me ask you this. Can you believe that the play is actually over and that we actually made it through? So let's give ourselves an applause right here. Alicia, you get to introduce yourself in your role.
Oh, my name is Alicia Polk, and I was a crew manager.
Yes. Give her hands up because they had an awesome job to do. They had a difficult job. They had to shift the stage and reset the atmosphere so that everybody can flow in their roles. And when they came out, everything was there for what you need. So that it was no easy task at all. And she did it.
Oh, yes. I have a newfound respect for the performing arts.
Don't we all? Don't we all? We
Really?
all have a newfound respect for the performing arts because it is so different. It is a lot of work, and I don't think people really realize how much work actually goes into doing a play, a production, as well as getting all the pieces, all the wheels actually going. And to tell the truth, as the actors, it takes a lot of rehearsal. It takes a lot of time and dedication to actually fulfill the role. So let me ask you this, to tell the truth, I want everybody to tell the truth. How many of you were nervous or scared or both? Come on, let's tell the truth. Don't be lying. Okay, let's talk about it.
I was.
I think we all was.
Well,
And the foot. Did you see the foot too? I'll make sure I got all of it.
we were all scared and we were all nervous. So let's talk about what made you nervous and what made you scared. So let's start off.
Well, I had never did a live play before, but
thank you, Miss Church Lady.
But it was challenging. It was just, but once you got out there, that fear left. We had Solomon back there. He was boosting us up.
Yeah, we heard he was
about the word
back there.
Huh?
I said I heard he was a real character back there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it was good. It was.
Whew. So what were you nervous or scareful of? What was you?
That I would forget some of my parts, that I hope I didn't, stumble, skip, or just freeze up.
Let somebody else go. Ron, what about you? What were you nervous, scared, or both?
More nervous than scared. Comfortable in front of the people, just nervous, and it was always about the what if. What's going to happen if? What if I forget my line? What if I forget what to say?
Apostle Solomon. What about you?
I would say it was more so nerves. Biggest reason why I say it's nerves is when it comes to someone else's work, I do not take those things lightly. I do not take those opportunities lightly. And with knowing that, this piece is based off of your life, I wanted to execute in my greatest capacity, to bring your life to real life for even you. So.
Amen. And I appreciate that so much for that consideration. And that's very true. And I always turn it over and give it back to God, because if it wasn't for God, not just what I've been through, but to actually step out in faith and do this, I wouldn't have done it if it was left just to me, you know, because this is not something I chose as a profession, not something that I chose to do or phantom. It was just God motivating me to do something. What about you, Abrielle? How did you feel?
I was actually more nervous than scared because I was wondering my mom's gonna go blank or I was gonna like stumble over my words. So yeah.
That's one of our rising stars. We had 4 rising stars during the play, 4 young ladies who came on and they did a fantastic job. We had Abrielle and Kennedy, and we had Elena and Thais, and they did an amazing job. And as members of the play, you know, I don't sleep on the young people now. These young people are coming in and they're getting it together, and I didn't even think they were nervous. I mean, Kennedy handled it like a pro. I mean, she was eager beaver. She was like, I'll do it. You know, I loved her spirit and I loved her nature because she was down to do whatever she had to do. And I know her mom had told me that she rehearsed those things over and over and over and over and over again. I think they knew the song by now. So they were just, you know, just enjoying it. What about you, Miss Jasmine Sharnita White?
I was nervous and scared. I was nervous that I was going to forget the entire book. And then I was scared that when I saw people, I was going to forget the entire book. But I do have to give kudos to Ronald because he saw me like pacing and I left out the building and everything. And he came outside and we talked nothing about the play, absolutely nothing related to the play or anything relevant to the play or the grounds of the play that we were on. And by the time I went in there, I wasn't nervous anymore. It was just like, well, let's go get this done. So
you had to get your mind into the flow of everything and just take your mind out of the atmosphere about what was getting ready to transpire.
Right.
Oh, believe me. Welcome, Mr. Ellis, everybody. Welcome.
Everybody.
It's everybody. Everybody know what to say. It's your
neighbor from across the street.
Welcome, Dominic, and it is so good to see you. We were just asking ourselves, to tell the truth, how many of them were nervous, how many were scared, or how many of them actually felt both at the same time. What about you? You have any input to that? Tell them, well, we already kind of gave away your role because Dominic Ellis played the neighbor in the play, and he did a fantastic job. I don't think there'll never be another neighbor like you. And that's a good thing because that'll be hard to ever have to replicate that. If Dominic ever decided to go pursue other things and say, I can't do it in the future, it'd be hard to replace because that whole persona of how he plays that role is hard to match. And so he is definitely a great asset. So what about you, Dominic? How did you feel? I don't hear you. I guess is your mic off? You're real low.
I would say that I wasn't too nervous, but I was kind of nervous, but I was more excited.
Oh, that's good. That was a feeling I didn't think about. How many people were excited?
I was excited too.
That was that too.
I was excited and nervous and scared. I think I was excited about the play actually happening. I was nervous for you all because I was like, oh my God. I was scared. I was also scared too because we're coming in at a time where it's, you know, such a controversial time, you know, and then just wanting people to feel good. So that made me a little nervous that everything would go well overall. Right. So leading up to the performance nights, leading up to before you got to the play, what were some of the things that you were thinking? What were you feeling? I couldn't sleep, so I don't know about any of you.
I was hoping and thinking like, I hope everything goes well, and I hope they really enjoyed this play and that they get something out of it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Come on, speak up, speak up. Now all of a sudden we got these serious faces and everybody's looking all like,
you said cut it out. So boss lady spoke it and I cut it out.
well, that's because when we came into the intro, we didn't want to come in looking like coyotes.
All right, look, I'm going to call you, all right, 45.
Okay. I'll be 46 too.
I was praying, most definitely praying, because for me being the first person ever doing a play like this, I wanted to make sure that everything was to the T. And I know everything could not be to the T because we human. We mess up.
Right.
Just to get to the point of doing it and feel confident in ourselves, that we really believe in ourselves at that moment, that we can do it, and we have done it. And it was like a breeze after that. Then you have to look at, like Pastor Solomon says, when it's somebody else's project, you have to rub it like a kitten, of a kitten, a kitten glove. Just make sure it is the way that the vision is, and that we make it as not perfect, but perfection. Maybe that's not the same, but just a tad bit better than what we could do when we was rehearsing. And I think that we did that. And I think that even if we messed up, nobody knew we messed up but us. And we brought that whole vision to life for you. And I can say we done it. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your vision. And just taking that time to have that much faith in us to bring that vision on the stage. Now, listen, Apostle and Bishop, I don't know who fighting for the mic.
I'm gonna say this. Everybody, I feel like, I had to find out what motivates each person, what pushes them to their highest height. And that formula is different for every single person, and in order to do that, I had to really push into the Lord to find out, how do I get this person to step into what I know they can step into, but them within themselves don't know that they can step into it.
Are you talking about me?
Basically.
That's that insecurity. That's the insecurity in us, and we don't want nobody to touch that insecurity space. I don't want to show that side. I want to show the side that I'm used to showing. I don't need you telling me how to come out of myself. But I'm saying, what I'm saying? That's when you get closed in that box.
Well, you can tell me how to come out of it. It's just about whether or not I'm willing to share it with you.
Exactly. Yeah. That part.
But see, God knows how to get oil out of a olive.
Yes, he does.
Off of a lemon.
Or lemon. That lemon got oil too.
He knows how to get oil out of an olive. He knows how the olive press. He knows how to press on that olive and produce the oil that's needed. That's already really inside of you. You just don't realize it, that you were really born to do a lot of things that you don't see yourself doing.
Right.
And so sometimes we have to be pushed. And sometimes when God pushes us, it hurts.
Yes, it does.
If you take something and squish it and put some pressure on it, it's going to hurt.
Yes, yeah.
It's going to apply some pressure in some places you don't necessarily want. Don't sit there and smile, Solomon, because I see them teeth.
Look.
So sometimes you got to enter the press of it in order to do that, and you got to know exactly where to press for everybody. And with this being my first play and a large cast, that means I had to learn about each of you, but I don't know you the way God knows you. So God knows where to press in each of you, because He knows your nature, He knows your personality, but He also knows what's in you.
Yeah.
For a while, I didn't.
She didn't see herself doing this at all. She made that very well known that she didn't feel confident in doing it. But she had mentioned at the dinner how I kept saying, but it is in you, because really and truly it's her nature. She don't even see herself, but it's so natural for her.
I don't.
It's natural. It's a natural flow of her. And she didn't have to work hard at it. It was already there.
It was in there. It was definitely
already there. Huh?
I see that walk.
I see that walk. Yeah, that walk was in there. Yeah, her walk is natural. Listen, I know
all live
for 4 years, and I've watched her walk. So that's a natural walk for her through the hallways, to the office, to the bathroom, to wherever she's going. That glide is in there.
Look, it's nothing wrong with confidence and commanding the room.
Really is.
That's right.
It really is.
It's just naturally there. Just like in my little girls, they are just so talented. So this is what got me. Abrielle held that tune. She held that. So, I mean, she held that thing. I was like, go ahead. Look, she didn't do that at practice. I mean, she held that so. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I thought you were gonna break out and start doing some other song. That's so, I mean, and it was so perfect.
Yeah.
It was just so perfect as to how she did it. And I mean, it was awesome. The girl can sing now. She got some talent stored up in there. And then here comes our girl Kennedy. And Kennedy is so funny. She done crawled through and did her thing.
Hey, Monique, I got a confession.
Go ahead.
I got a confession.
Okay.
And I think I shared it with you and Sharnita during the rehearsals. All that laughing and joking and kidding around with the young ladies, the young girls. I was the culprit, and you
know what?
you screamed on them, and I should have took the blame for it.
I didn't scream. It was Renee.
Yeah, but it was kind of ironic. The second show, I was nervous. I broke down. I was crying, and those three little girls, they was the ones that encouraged me to keep it going.
Oh, look at
that. That's so much.
Oh,
girls to the rescue.
Yeah. And then Kennedy, she gave me a nice little card yesterday saying thank you, Mr. Steve. Said, thank you, Mr. Steve, for being nervous but making us laugh at the same time.
But you know what, Steve? We all was connected back there.
Yeah.
We said a prayer.
Yes,
Brother Solomon and all, we all got together. We prayed.
Mm-hmm.
And we were
prayer.
supportive to each other.
You're right.
Yeah. And then it seemed like it took us like 4 days to do one scene in practice, but in the play it took us 15 minutes to get through scene one.
Yes. Listen.
That's like that.
Jasmine.
Huh?
Listen.
That's
I
like
asked
that.
Solomon, I said, are we up yet? He said, yes. But wait a minute, what happened?
Exactly. I was like, Lord, it took us like we finished. And then Alicia was like, y'all done yet? Yes.
Yeah, I was in the dark. I was in the cubby hole. I had to like really listen and ask around what was going on and just be on point because it was kind of hard in that position. You know, and then the fact that my crew was a little short, a little shy, we had to maneuver. It was strategic back there.
But y'all did a wonderful job, though, even though that y'all knew, nobody else knew. Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody knew what was going on. They probably thought it was part of the play. So I had to
that's a good part. Yes.
Even though you had a short staff or a small staff or whatever, y'all rocked it. Y'all did it. And I
did.
That's right. That's
know,
right.
Next, we
Sure
had
did.
Steve Gonzalez, so that was my man's. That was my man's right there.
Where is my running man? Where's the running man?
He was too afraid to get on.
Oh, okay.
Steve.
Yeah,
That
put
was
him
my
out
buddy.
there.
That was my buddy.
Put him out there.
All I saw was somebody go by. Shoot, I was like, what? And
He was like a flash.
He's over
Wait a
there
minute,
tying it
wait a
back.
minute.
The next
Remember he had
time
his
I
special-
saw shoot him again. And I was like, wait a minute. I said that was a running man.
And in the second show, we were
remember-
passing him the
Lightning.
curtain. Here, have this curtain. He passed it back. Here, have this. No, it was the tie. Here, tie that up. Thank you. And then we had to untie it and pass it to him.
Remember,
it
he
was
had
just
his
right
special
there.
debut though. He had his special debut too when he
Yeah.
walked the prostitute out. I was like, okay.
Wait a minute, I missed that part. He done walked the
Yeah.
prostitute out.
He walked the prostitute out, acting like he was the boyfriend getting beat up and stuff.
Oh, I did too. I missed that.
Oh, I missed that.
Look, where was I?
We were backstage.
Yeah.
To go get him.
So when the that Saturday night when Apple said, "Come back here," whatever, he walked her out on the floor and he took his light off so it could be pitch black.
Oh.
Yeah, he did his thing. He was cool though. I was like, all right then.
Hey, see, I missed that whole thing. Okay, I know that's
that was management director decision.
Oh, got it.
That was Renee too doing. It
Uh-huh.
was cool though. It worked out great.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why it's very important to have key people in positions that can,
It is.
because even though the stage and manager and myself, Sierra, all of those, I call them the behind the scenes people, there aren't large numbers.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to be 12 different things.
Right.
It really does take a lot to be 12 different things and to carry it off, because sometimes you do have to make split decisions. You have to be able to just get there and get and make it and get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I've seen Renee go back and take a thing. I mean, I was back there shifting stuff, the stage and stuff to make sure for the final act. I would run back there, get on the stage. I even made a mistake and took Terrence. God.
Damn, listen.
Yeah,
That
while
was
you was
funny.
working the stage, I was working the floor.
We was in the back, right? And Dominic knew what he was supposed to do. But Dominic was like, hold up. He ain't there. He already on the stage. He was like, what? Mr. Terrence didn't say jack.
And Terrence talked about it the other day. I said, Renee says, Mom, you took Terrence. I said, that is my fault. That is nobody's fault but my fault. She was like, and that's when she came back. She said, it's my mother's fault that Terrence was on the stage. I said, it sure was. I called myself trying to help, because sometimes Terrence is just standing there waiting for somebody to come get him. So I figured I would help out a little bit. Look, because I was back there and I said, I have to get Terrence up here. Next Dominic won't have to do it this time. But it didn't. Somebody's phone is making stuff. So yeah, we were trying to echo. So we were trying to get stuff in order. Somebody has the echo on. Okay. So yeah, I mean, somebody has it on.
Did you hear it on my end? It's an echo too.
Huh?
Did you hear it on my end?
No, we didn't have an echo. We didn't have an echo. Now we do.
Do you hear it on my end?
No, Cinderella. No, no Cinderella.
No Cinderella.
No. Okay, so let's talk about something, and I'm going to share something with you all. And I want us to look at some of the pictures that we have actually taken So Ron,
Pass the offering.
explain that, please. What was happening here?
Let's see. At this particular time, I was in the middle of my confession.
Your mind telling you no.
That's
Mind
an
was
awesome
telling me
picture.
no. With my body was telling me yes.
But you're not on the stage this time. You downstage, so that means you're in Act 2.
No, that light. Isn't that light from the house?
No, that light is in Jasmine's house.
Well, you preaching and you get ready to tell me you can't have no money, Chip.
That's Matt Fadden. Is that the Matt Fadden speech?
I don't even know.
Wow.
Let's see what else we can dig up.
He was in it.
He said you should have seen your face.
What is that, Kelly? What is that?
I was telling the story.
She looked
And
like
I
she about
would've
to
done the head.
I'm like, what is she talking about?
Look like she said, y'all don't smell nothing.
Or she said that you smell like that, not me.
That was a great shot. So let's go see what's happening here between Dominic.
Oh,
You already know.
that's an awesome
Dominic.
picture.
Dominic is like, hold on.
You said
Oh,
he-
you ready
Then
to
go
put
mess
some hands on him.
Confusion. You can't get into that.
So he said, hold on.
Mhm.
Hold on.
Look like
Hey!
Come on, one step. Do it.
Awesome.
That
Looking like
thing is up.
Right.
One leg
Mercy
up.
was getting it in. She was skipping to the Lulu, my darling. And everything.
I was skipping for the Lord. Go ahead, church lady number 2.
You go, church lady too.
But look how Jasmine,
I'm looking at you like these people are crazy.
right, you looking at me like I am crazy. Like, what is she doing up in here?
I was worried about my bottle of water right there.
Oh,
there
there
you
it
go,
is.
Miss Nancy.
Oh,
That's it.
It's like she was telling people off. I mean, she was like, look.
not the only one with a story.
Look.
And
Look. He's like, look. No, that was that Beyonce stole it from me.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And that's all I have to say.
Say. I thought that was an excellent. That poster, that background. I mean, he looks like he's standing somewhere. He was in his role. He looked the part, did he not?
Yes,
yes,
he did.
that's right, he does.
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
he does.
Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
He worked that part.
Oh, that is pretty.
It.
Mhm.
That right there.
Scary mask.
Mhm.
There
Yeah, I
you
was
go.
going to look at the little baby.
You know what? That poor baby right here. That
That baby, yes,
That
that
baby.
baby needed.
They kept trying to pawn that baby off on me.
You're welcome.
Losing her.
They figure what was one more, Solomon? What
Yeah,
was
we were
one
just
more?
speaking it into existence. That's
Like
all.
she was beating the baby up
Solomon
in
looked
the
like he's saying, please.
Solomon just made somebody cry. That's what he ready to do.
Yes.
I had enough of him.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
Ooh.
We already, it speaks for itself. This picture speaks for itself.
Yes, it does.
That's my part right there.
Can I ask for a wardrobe upgrade?
Yeah. But that looked good though.
Hey, Sean, you don't look like my knees are bothering me now, do it?
No, it don't look like you was having no trouble that day.
I guess he wasn't when he saw that thing coming for him.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
like these works real good.
Oh, man.
Hey, Terrence.
I know
That's it.
he looked like he is seriously cool.
That's our
Who
freedom.
left the blind man and
He think he is sitting here looking like GQ.
That's our street
All
preacher.
right now.
Uh-oh.
You better play
Uh-oh.
Dominic.
Play,
Come-
Dominic.
Go
Play.
ahead.
There go Kelly.
Go ahead, Kelly. Get
Blowing
it in.
it up.
Get it in, Cal. Get it in. Get it
Go
in,
ahead.
Cal. Get it in. Yeah.
Jazz man coming. Jazz man.
That's the
Get
jazz. Oh,
Hey, girl.
Oh.
That's a good one. Look at Gabrielle's face. What?
There go. I gotta take
So what are y'all doing?
I'm hungry.
now I want to know this picture right here. Somebody gonna say something.
All right now.
Oh, that's the awesome picture right there.
Look, what's that song? That
Somebody
should
gonna
be
say
slow
something.
to you.
After the
We
snake,
got some, look, we got some.
He said, make it realistic. I don't think he can be no
Oh,
realer than
right
that.
now.
Explaining
It was real too.
That was
and
real.
go too comfortable. We
You
need
know,
eyes closed.
I love you.
Yeah.
You know it's true.
Hey, Jazz, we left it on the stage, baby. We left
Yeah,
it on
don't tell him. Don't be hating the real actors and
we left
actresses.
it all on the stage.
That was Tyler Perry quality, if not higher. Talking about
You
Brown.
better let
about
him
to
know
get
it's
casted,
good.
sir. Me and you.
I know you come. You played your part, girl. You come up
That's
out
right.
of that comfort zone.
Thank
That's
you.
that.
That little
That's
mild little thing. She came
That's
up
that.
out of it.
That's
That was
that
a nice
Florida.
treat right there,
That's
Monique.
that Florida and James embrace. That's that Florida and James embrace right there.
Kelly.
Wasn't it?
That's a good one.
Oh man.
You said make it real. I don't think it can get no better than that.
That's
Mm.
right, honey.
Yeah.
You gave it up, Jazz. You
I
gave
was
it
working
up,
on it. That was a whole bunch of prayer. The Lord was like, shut up, Sharnita. I heard you. I got you. Leave me alone for a minute. There was a lot of prayer.
Oh.
I think they got some explaining to do.
Nope.
I got some explaining to do. Because I was like, wait a minute. When I saw the picture, I was like, because in rehearsal, they ain't never got that close.
I want
We
to
were
know
just
why his
rehearsing
eyes
then.
closed.
Like, in rehearsal, he was basically blowing kissing.
No, he was throwing them at me.
Bye, bye. Now it was kiss on the cheek and hugging real tight. All kind of stuff. And I need to know
Oh,
something.
man.
Y'all did
I'm gonna
great.
have a conversation with
Steve,
y'all.
Honoring the
Anita,
deal,
y'all did
baby.
great.
Honoring the deal.
Look.
Y'all
you
did
get a
great.
letter to report to the principal's office.
Oh man, that was
Y'all
that
did
was
amazing.
I just
Y'all really
thought I
did
would
amazing.
Share with you
Thank you.
some just some of the pictures. I couldn't put them all on there. We'd be here for till Christmas. There is a lot
I
of
love that. That was beautiful.
yeah, it's a lot of pictures, and
Is it?
yeah, well, we showed a lot of them on the disc when
Yeah.
At the
we were at the
reward.
dinner, and it was really nice to see all the shots. She did an excellent job in capturing
Yes, she did.
action moments. There's so much more of each of you. She did a good job in doing that. And so I said, oh my God, this is just wonderful, 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 wonderful. So let me ask you this question. What role, if any, okay, deeply affected personally, perhaps even to the point where it changed you in a permanent way, Here we go. Silent. Chirp, chirp.
I would say
That was a
Jazz.
heavy question. You gotta let me think on that one.
You gotta let us marinate.
You said
But I
what?
would-
I said, what role deeply affected you personally? So it doesn't have to be your role. You could have been
Okay.
watching someone else's role and got affected by that, or it could be your role that affected you so deeply that it changed you in a permanent way.
I would say Jasmine for me because she went through a lot of stuff, and to actually forgive, sometimes it's hard for us, forgive people who really hurt you and not only forgive, but she brought them to Christ. So she not only forgave, she could just forgive and just go on about her business, but she actually forgave and did something greater than anybody could ever do, which is bring them to Christ. So I think
How did that
helped me.
affect you? How did that personally affect your life in a way?
How did it affect my life? Because sometimes it's hard to forgive. Sometimes if someone really hurt you, it's hard to forgive. But now it's like, you know what? I need to start forgiving like Christ has forgiven me, And so a lot of what Jasmine went through was very harsh. Some of the stuff that we don't forgive people for is not as harsh as that. So that just helped me.
That's a good thing, because she did talk about the art of forgiveness. So that's very
Yes.
good. Anybody else?
I would have to say everybody, every character, because it helps you learn, help me anyway, not to judge, to prejudge anybody, period.
True.
Because once you look at someone, you already prejudging them what you see.
Innocent, yeah.
Yeah, so that helped me not to prejudge anyone, because I could be in that person's shoe and someone else's, just because they look good on the outside, their world is a whole different facade when they leave you. You don't know what they go through. So you should never judge a book by its cover. Read the whole story. Period.
I'm going to say the children, the neglected children, that thing touched me now, because there are really kids out here that's living like that today.
Absolutely.
Oh.
That's good.
Yeah.
But she was going somewhere with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike, because you're going to say something. When Joyce comes back, she'll continue.
Okay, well, I was gonna say actually the part of Jasmine, because one of the scenes in there, I lived through it in practice. I was like, this ain't this, you like, why you gotta cry, you gotta do something, you gotta show some energy. And then when the actual play happened and I went through it, it brought up old feelings. And then I was actually crying in the play, like I felt it was real again. And I was thinking, like, I done already forgave and I got over it. But then the way I was crying, it was like, you're not really over this yet. So it opened my eyes that I got to do something different.
Amen.
Yeah.
Finish, Joyce. We know you went into a pause for a while.
It froze. For some reason, it just stopped.
Right.
Go
ahead and finish. I told White to go ahead because you'll be back. So
but with that thing just touched me. You know how I am. I could have taken those children and took care of them. It touched my heart.
What about you? How did it feel playing that part, Abrielle?
It felt, I don't know, because like I'm not a neglected child, so I really don't know how it feels to be a neglected child. But I can tell you, it's probably hard being a neglected child in real life for some girls like me who I played, and I just feel sorry for them because I know that they wish they had like.
Did it make you now look at students in your school, and if you happen to see them, will that change in any way towards how you feel? Will you be more compassionate? Will you be more helpful if you come across a child like that in the building one day?
I would be like more helpful, like encourage them and like tell them that don't worry, just trust in God, because I don't know who can help you out with those kind of things.
True. That's very true.
Oh, my baby growing up.
Sometimes we don't know how fortunate we are.
That's
and
right.
sometimes you know, kids normally who are neglected sometimes get bullied, they get teased, they get,
Yes.
you know, mocked because they don't get to have the latest shoes, clothes, and as everybody else and stuff. And we all know that kids can be cruel.
Yes, they can.
Right. So
They
it's nice when even as kids, they go through it and it's on the other foot. So now when they see it, they can remember their own experience. Even though it's not a real experience, but they have a taste of it. What about you,
That's
Solomon?
right.
I would say the children as well. I didn't know that, you know, with those roles being created, that I would experience something similar in life. There were two young ladies that, you know, entered into my life. They were dealing with, you know, something similar, with abuse as well as violence in the household. And long story short, the other day, Thursday, they were just reunited with their birth mother after being in the system since 2 years old. They're now 14 and 15. So I mean, it gave me hope. And then when I actually saw it play in real life, it just solidified everything.
I have something to say.
Go ahead.
Well, the neglected part, well, some kids in the world are neglected and they can't really see their family. And when they try to find stuff to eat, some people will like kick them out of the stores because they're neglected or because they don't have clothes and stuff. But if I saw somebody who was neglected, then I would pray for them. I would give them food, and I would probably call somebody to help them and make them have a home and a bed and clothes, like clean clothes.
All right now.
You
All
better come
right.
on with that, Kennedy. You
I
better
would do that because if I was neglected, then I'll probably want somebody to do that for me.
That's right.
But since I'm not neglected, I can help other people.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right.
That's
Come
right.
on, y'all.
That's right. That's right.
Amen.
Amen. And it's
That's
good.
Yeah, for me, it's my side of the family.
That's right.
I can't deal.
But you know, because that is true. I mean, we look at the children. The children is the future, and we melt when it comes down to these children.
Yes.
We do any and everything for these babies and let them know somebody do love you. If you don't know, somebody do love you, and you can use that and hold on to do a better thing. And not only just the children, the homeless.
Yes.
You know, they have it hard too. The elderly has it hard as well. So it's that this play. I know I did my part, but I just had to, you know, put my 2 cents on that. Because yes, if I see someone in need, I don't care who it is, I'm giving it to you. It's just even if I know I don't have it, but I have it to give to you. So God tells me to give it to you, I'm going to give it to you. So it's a big, this whole play, I'm telling you, y'all need to see the play and understand, get out of self and look at the play and get the true meaning. Because if you don't, you're going to be lost.
Yeah.
You're going to miss it. You'll miss what
You'll miss it. That's right.
Don't look at the actress or the actors. Listen to the message.
It was either 15 or 14 or 15. I did an event called High Heels with High Standards. And it was a conference. And in there, I partnered with Loving Arms Ministry. Loving Arms is a homeless facility for students that, for teenagers and young adults that don't have, you know, homes. They're on the streets of Baltimore. And there aren't many places in Maryland that actually people can go to. You got shelters and stuff, but it's mainly adults. But Loving Arms was catering for them to walk in and give them a bed and some meals. So what we did is that when I worked with the company, we had them bring in the girls to the actual conference. And I collected, along with some others, we collected toiletries, everything that a young girl would like, you know.
That was so beautiful.
It was,
That was
yeah,
so
Alicia, you were there, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it because I do a lot of community services myself. I worked with I did fundraisers for the children and parents at school during holidays. I did fundraisers for hand gloves for the homeless as well as blankets. We had cookouts for them, children of all ages, just all walks of life. And it's hard out there because little do people know we one decision away to being right where they are at. And we choose to be so focused on us that we're not looking at everyone else.
And what we did was, I also partnered with Rainbow Shop. So everybody knows, most of the women know Rainbow. And they donated 15 pairs of shoes. And there was 15 girls, and we got their sizes and everything. And they were blessed with a shoebox full of stuff. I mean, not just some deodorant and some personal needs. I mean, we gave them jewelry. People were sending me stuff from out of state, everywhere. I mean, we had that box was so heavy to have to. It was such a blessing to do it, and that was the first.
It is.
Huh?
It is a blessing.
And then Apostle Yolanda Smith was the minister at that event, and we had a fashion show, and they got to go on the runway and feel beautiful. And they actually got on the runway, and each one of them got prayed over and prophesied to. It was a most beautiful thing in the world. And they walked out. I'm still good friends with him, and we still do things behind the scenes. I may not have a conference, but I'm still donating, collecting gloves and hats and socks, and still stuff to still send and give. I mean, this is something that you must do. Give back to the community. It's good to
exactly
in our youth. You know, they need to appreciate what they have and understand that everybody else has it. Okay, what about you, Ron? Did you get a chance to talk about what affected you?
No, it was a couple. Well, it was a lot of things with me, but a couple things that really set out with me was, of course, the kids, but with interaction. When I was walking down the street and I had to bypass the prostitute, that is so outside of my character that it like that one thing, that thing really touched me, because that's a human. That is another human who is in distress.
Yeah.
I mean, like, utter distress, and I gotta walk by it, like, it has to mean nothing. I have to be way more concerned about what it is that this meeting that I'm going to. I'm sorry, this gathering that I have to be at. It hurt me so bad that every time when we got to the when they all came into the church, I had to be like, I'm so sorry. Every time she went, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We do that though, and it just has to be a prostitute laid on the ground. We see homeless people every day standing on corners, standing over here, and going into restaurants, and they're standing there with signs, and you'll be surprised. We don't even come in. We don't even donate. We don't even give. Some people don't. I've seen people just because what happens is it becomes commonplace. It becomes like you see them so often, it just becomes okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I tell people all the time, look, you're blessed. You just really one paycheck from being homeless, if you really want to know.
You better talk about it. You better talk about that.
You know, so you better be blessed that it's not. with no shoes and no clothes, you know? How the
I
sun
always say
goes.
you always one paycheck away. You never know. And the way this pandemic is set up, please.
A
You
lot of
always
people,
one bad decision. You always one bad decision away. Just
what you
one bad
saying,
decision.
Solomon? What you saying? Because you did that stretch. What are you saying?
That's
No,
life, though.
I wasn't saying anything. I was just squeezing lemons because yeah, it's
Yeah.
real out
Yes.
so real
It's
out
really
here.
real. It's by the grace of God. So we need to not think,
Yeah.
you know, we got it going on, because when you look at people, that some of these people had jobs, and
That's
due
right.
to the pandemic,
That's right.
due to the pandemic, you
Yeah.
know, they're out there living in tents with their children, trying to make something. And I know there are scammers out there. That's what makes it so big, the scammers. Because there are scammers. In anything walk of life, there's a scammer.
Yeah.
No matter whether it's good or bad, there are scammers. They take advantage of a situation. And really, I've actually seen this actually happen. There's a van that would come and drop them off, and they would get their signs out and stand on the corners and then get back in the van. It's like what they did.
That's just their
Yeah,
employment.
actually
Their
do that.
employment. Yeah.
Go ahead,
But
Solomon.
you know,
I've seen it too.
scammers get away with those type of things. When us, I said, do you know what makes, you know, what causes those scammers to constantly get away with those things?
Tell us.
When we don't build relationships with those peoples, and we don't know who they are, we can't sift out who's homeless and who's not. But it's our mandate as a community to stand up together and to literally feed those who don't have it.
That's right.
If you don't have it, that's a different story. But if you do have it, and you're blessed and fortunate enough to get the 2 for $3 deal or whatever the case may be, turn your plate away from work. Split a meal with somebody. Eat with somebody. Sit down with somebody. I mean, it became, when I was living in West Baltimore, I would take my children and we would go and we would do feed-ins and we would go sit down and eat with them. It wasn't, oh, we just gonna feed you. No, we're gonna sit together, and we're a community, because we're all literally, as you guys said, we're all one check away, one step away from being homeless. We most definitely take this serious, because this is a pandemic that's been in Baltimore City long before COVID.
That's good.
That's right.
It's funny you say that. I used to collect what's those little tracks that they used to say "I love you" with a big white, with a big green, with a big yellow smiley face on it, and it would talk about Jesus loving you. And you're talking about years ago. That what God would have me to do is, when I would see homeless people, that I would buy them meals and give them that track. And I used to call it SMILE, but as an acronym, it was Serving Meals in Love Everywhere. And so that's what the SMILE was. So that's why I chose the little thing that said SMILE, have a little smiley face on it. And so when I would be at Popeyes or be at McDonald's or be whatever, and they were around, we would package the bag and put that in there and just say SMILE, because it was serving mankind in love everywhere meals. And so that's exactly what we used to do. But you're absolutely right. You have to build relationships, because that's how we win them.
You know what?
I had someone tell me about this free food they was giving away, even though they knew that my circumstance about me not working or anything. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I have food in my house. That's for somebody who does not have food in their house.
Exactly.
I'm not going to pack my freezer because I'm not working. Pack the freezer for the people who can't or who don't have it. I have means. They don't have means. So why would I take from somebody else? I don't understand that part. Just because they say it's free don't mean that you have to go out there. It's for the people who do not have the opportunity. Get that food.
But that goes based on your morals and your values.
Yes.
So if you haven't been taught morals or values, you're going to take whatever you can get, however it comes to you.
Hey, Monique, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Okay, that comes to the question that I had to ask, questioning God. Okay, in the opening of Act 3, when all of us were walking down, I think it was me.
We know who you are.
Me,
the
the
drug
drug dealer, and the prostitute, and the bag lady. And at the end of our spiel, we asked, "Why don't God help people like us?" And I thought that was pretty touching, and it had the audience, asking that question, because we all been through something and trial and tribulation, and it comes to a point where you question God. And I was asking, is that a good thing, or do God expect you to question him, or should you question God?
There's nothing wrong with asking God a question.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We all are. See, man used to teach us to don't question God. Don't question God. Well, then how will I ever know if I don't ask the question? It's like you ask your parent a question. In the natural, we ask our parents questions when we don't understand something. God is like a parent. You understand? He wants you to come and ask him. He wants you to come. That's part of the relationship. That's part of the relationship we have with him. We have a father, we have a God who we can come to at any moment, no matter what the hour is, no matter what the need is, and no matter what the question is. We can come to him boldly. You know what I'm saying? And he will hear us, he will answer us, he will fellowship with us, he will partner with us. That's the God that we serve. But they built this, I don't know, we can't touch him, he's unreachable God. That's not true. We are Christ in the earth as humans. We are a part of Christ. When we come into Christ and we accept him, we become a part of his goal of him walking through the earth. We become an example of him. So if we are the example, we should not be ignoring people that are in need. We should not be ignoring the prostitute. Jesus never ignored the prostitute. Jesus never ignored anybody. You know what I'm saying? He always provided. When he walked on the road, he gave examples of everything. There's no reason for us to do that. But because of flesh, personality, belief, we do have people that just feel that they don't have to do that anymore. But that's not true.
Excuse me.
Who said that?
Me. It's a strong echo going on. It's like a delay or something.
Mute everybody and then let us unmute. I said mute everybody and then let us unmute.
Yeah, because it wasn't a big echo. Let me see it. Are you still there?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay. What I'm saying is we need to be the example. It's still an echo. Somebody's phone is echoing. It has to come through somebody else's phone.
Well, who is it mine? Because can you tell whose it is?
No, we can't.
Okay, well, I'm okay right here. I hear y'all fine.
So sometimes we have to be who God calls us to be, the people. Why doesn't God's people see people like us? Why doesn't God's people love people like us? Why doesn't God's people help people like us? All three of those things are true. Our job is to see them, help them, and love them, because that is what we're called to do. That is the kingdom business. That is our business. We talk about what a business is. That's kingdom business. Not to neglect those that can't be helped for themselves. How will they know Christ loves them if we're not the ones who say we serve Christ loving them? I mean, it goes hand in hand. And yes, it was a powerful statement. And when I gave y'all the mirror was significant of the reflection that people look at the man in the mirror. And ask yourself, am I that reflection when I look in the mirror of who God says I should be?
That was deep.
Okay. Yeah, because everybody kept saying I was speaking and they didn't want to be by me, and I felt like God children should love me.
Oh boy.
Dirt and all.
We loved you, Kelly. We just didn't want to
you.
smell you.
We
We loved you though. We ain't want to smell it.
We loved you.
We loved you.
We
And
just
I love
needed
your
a
jewelry
clothespin.
line.
We just needed a clothespin. We loved you, but we just needed a clothespin. Okay.
Pastor Sewell, she was like, how did she do that?
But Pastor Sewell was real touched by it because I know Pastor Sewell is a very big on community.
Yeah.
She's very big on community projects. She's very big on helping the community, especially in that area. So like she said, it was confirmation for her. She said it really confirmed what she is supposed to do. It really a confirmation for her. And so in that, somebody's phone, in that, felt comfortable, like, okay, God, speaking to her and saying, okay, I'm on track. You know, sometimes when we're doing things, we don't know, we get kind of like weary sometimes, but we don't know if what we're doing is effective. But praise God that people walked away Terrell said afterward that Sunday, he said, this play was great.
Yeah.
He said that. He said, but what was real great, he said, the detail in the staging, the setting. Now, I heard somebody say, I ain't gonna say no name. Y'all weren't too hopeful about, y'all didn't see y'all didn't see how this was gonna get pulled off. I'm gonna just leave it like that.
It wasn't me, because I already know.
Look, everybody went silent. Look.
What was going to get pulled off the play?
No, not the play itself, but the way, like, I know she said we're gonna have all this, but how are we gonna get all this done? And how is the stage gonna be? And how is this gonna be? And there was this conversation. Look,
Yeah, I said it.
Well, I know it didn't come from me.
No,
I know how you work.
Exactly.
And I was telling everybody, she gonna put this place is not even gonna look like this.
It sure didn't. That's a whole living room set.
He did, yeah. Miss Joyce.
Said, wait a minute, is that real glass? Wash that out. Ain't nobody gonna drink it.
You said it. She said, yeah. She said she do everything in excellence. This thing is gonna.
And that's the truth.
She go way out, honey.
And that's the truth.
Ain't
no half stepping.
Yeah.
I know one thing for sure and two things for certain. She need a moving crew.
Believe me, if it was not for Stephen Gallup and part 2 of that for Kelly, it would have never gotten done. I thank God for the two of them, especially Stephen, because he worked.
Oh, thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Mr.
He worked. And then when we got there, it was Solomon and Ronald that was helping us to put those pieces. I mean, Solomon worked with them standees here. Him and Contrail.
Thank you, Solomon, and
him and Contrail got together those standees.
I'll tell them.
Because that's a piece of work to do.
Yeah, it was hard taking them apart.
What about our little podium that fell apart? But
no, pick up the podium.
That thing, that's all right. The show went on, didn't it?
That's right.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. And when Ron said, and we'll have our announcements, Joyce got up there and said, all I got to say is the bishop's birthday.
No, Ursy can say that thing real good. All I have to say, no.
He was like, and that's all. I have to say. I was like, I know
I
that's
said, remember the bishop's birthday because no one knew that I wasn't supposed to be up there.
But you know what
right.
And
they
when he
thought?
put me
They
out
thought y'all
there,
were competing. They
Yeah.
thought you did it out of competition.
oh really?
Yep. They
So it
thought
was
you
good.
purposely got back up just to show church lady too.
It worked out so well. That part,
Yes,
it worked out so
I
well.
say,
Yes.
I just want everyone to remember the bishop's birthday, and
And
that
that's
would be
all
all I
I
had
have
to
to
say.
say.
And that was all I have to
And she turned that part around when she said, and Beyonce, she got it from me.
She stole that name from me.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I added that in there because that was so Joyce.
Oh my God. It was good.
Oh
It
my
was so
goodness.
good.
That was,
It was
I
so
can
good.
hear you saying it. You know, I can hear
It was
you.
so
Not
good.
Beyonce, because she stole that name from me anyway.
That was good.
Well, where's
That
my
was so
band
good.
leader? Because where's Ron? Did he get off? Ron led them into that song. They're having a good time singing, oh, precious. Sing. Come on, Ron, let's get a tune. Come on. Come on. You're on
Wait,
mute.
You're muted.
where's he at?
You done ruined the moment going on mute.
I said, oh, precious is that flow
Hey,
Come on, everybody.
I have no
Other
I know nothing but the
uh,
Jesus.
Jesus.
If you paid to get it.
Look, he had my grandbaby. He had my granddaughter singing it in rehearsal. Yeah.
Coming back say, oh.
All right.
So, for those of you who have partners, what makes a good singing partner? So that question is going to go to Ursi and Joy and to Steve and Charlotte. What made good singing partners?
What made what?
chemistry. Like
Huh?
we had to have chemistry. Like we had to be able to get along. Like if I messed up, he was like, "No, that ain't right," or he messed up. I was like, we missed the line," and we'd go back. So you had to have chemistry and an understanding for both parts, and then consideration for each other's feelings.
So is that what that hug was about? Because
I'm not telling you nothing about the hug. Even say nothing about the hug. That's between me and
that
you.
was chemistry.
That's a tight hug, honey.
Me
It
and you.
wasn't biology. Which one? But the darn sure wasn't physics.
It was all science.
Let's just say we was holding each other accountable.
That what that was.
Literally holding each other.
Boy, I say y'all gave each other a lot of support and holding, baby.
Who you telling?
That
That
was
whole
a strong support system. A strong support system.
Strong.
Yes. Well,
Mhm.
Ursi and I, we just blend. We just click, you know, did our
Yeah.
thing and supported each other, and you
Had
know,
some fun in the midst of it.
Oh, yeah.
laugh, you know,
Yeah.
or we may have. I say, well, do it, say it with that, you know, in it, and we just help one another. We just blend in.
And I think it's the like-mindedness. We were like-minded. We were both trying to make sure that our parts in the production came out a success. So for us to both want to try and both
Personally,
want to continue, it was good. It was we really
I
worked.
think y'all were in competition even in the rehearsals.
I saw that.
And that's competition. We weren't in the acting, you know.
No, but even in trying to get your parts together, there was a slight competition of being the best at your parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Ursi wasn't going to let you be the better actor in this. She wasn't.
Well,
was not gonna let you be the better actor. What
Or
about
become first
but
lady
I
by
think I
herself.
was a little laid, cool and laid back, because I don't worry about that part.
uh-oh?
Never.
Mm-mm. Come on, clap back. Come on,
She
clap.
listen, church lady number one already know what it is. She
Ooh,
knows.
I heard that.
that's why I'm church lady number one.
But the question is, did Bishop know what it was?
He knew. Mention it.
That's the
Well, he all this time he better know. He better
He
know all
said
this
he liked
time.
that potato salad.
He
Mhm.
better
And he
know all
loves
But
that
you know what?
potato salad, honey.
Oh Lord, here they go with that potato salad. I tell you what, but even with the little kids, they
Yeah.
even connected because Abrielle and Kim
Yes.
still
They
good
did.
combination of friends.
Mm-hmm.
They call
They
each other,
did.
they text each other. How is that going for you, Abrielle?
It's going good.
Yeah. So they call each other. You gonna be at the dinner? I'm gonna be at the dinner. Look, so it's amazing. Even the kids click together. Everybody.
Yes, that
click,
was good. It was
everybody
God all the
together.
way.
It
Jesus was in
definitely
it.
you click with Solomon because you over there texting while you in class. Look at that face, like,
Hey, Monique, you got a sequel in mind?
yes. There is a sequel. Well, it's not a sequel, but I am and I mentioned this at the dinner because we all knew that this is coming back in 2021.
Yeah.
And I was looking at April 30th.
30th, May 1.
Yes,
Mhm.
and May 1st. And I threw that out there at the dinner that some people didn't attend.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar, mark it, and leave it as a space of saying, just in case it happens around that time, this is what I can't
Do anything.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I did that so that we can, know what to do. I'm still looking for another part. I told y'all that. Nobody's nobody's trying to help me.
The reason why I asked that question because it seemed like it was a cliffhanger. I want to see if Dre had a change of heart and became a better man, or
Dre ended up underneath a dumpster
beat it down
in an alley where the
not.
prostitute was, where the ambulance came to without direction.
Well, that is real. He actually took the car and the car went into a BGE pole and it was totally destroyed. And he didn't come out with a cut on the lip, and that was it. His actual experience was that he said he don't remember he remembers that he said the car door opened. He said, because he said it. He said, I've experienced a real live angel.
Nothing short of a miracle,
So
I tell you.
dragged him out the car, and the next thing he knew, he was at Samaritan.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And the police officer called me. He said, no, he actually said, that must have been a miracle because there is no way he
came out of that.
No way.
Wow, man.
My God.
No
My
way.
God.
And the only thing he came out with is a cut on his lip. That is not a scratch, not a mark, not a
Wow. Jesus. Wow.
Hey, Dad, you don't have to come because you're going to be releasing me soon.
Yeah.
I thought you totaled the car.
That's what he said.
My God. Wow.
But we're gonna have to do it again, so we gotta hold on to it.
Can we have dinner again before then?
Huh?
Can we have dinner?
Can we
Out
have
back?
dinner? I do want to do dinner again. I did mention that where we can actually all go. I do have something for Solomon and Stephen and Dominic and Terrence and Apple Scrapple.
Oh, good.
I do have since y'all already know there was an awards dinner, you have awards, but you never come to claim them. I told Dominic I needed his address and I was gonna mail it to him, but he ain't give me no address. Dominic, I need you to look like a happy-go-lucky man, because you over there looking like you done lost your
Look happy.
Oh,
the
remember
smile.
now, you have to remember his wife left him.
Yeah.
He's not over that yet.
churchy.
And he's a creepy neighbor. He's scary.
He was too churchy.
When he said,
He was doing too many hallelujahs and praise the Lords.
Yeah.
when I got up there and was talking about my husband left me, he said, "Well, I know how that is." He nearly threw me out of character because I was like,
Oh my God. Oh my God. He like, I know that is my wife left me.
"You right,
Tell you
Bob.
something,
That's how you
Dominic.
feel."
Like, I almost jumped across that stage to wring your neck. I know it because Kelly was saying, she's looking at you. Dominic, she looking at you. It looks I said, Bishop said, do you hear that? Solomon says, it's the sound of revival. Dominic says, I see Jasmine. I was like, what?
It was a throwback.
See Jasmine, I was about to jump across that stage.
Oh Lord.
Just told that man, stop with that nonsense. But I see Jasmine. That made me move to the front row on the other side and just look at you like,
Is that why you moved?
Yep.
Because one time I looked back and you were in the back, and then I looked again, you were in the front. And my initial thought was like, Dad, she just floated forward. It kind of threw me off guard for a minute. I was like, but I'm doing the curtains right. Didn't I do the curtain right?
It wasn't coming for you this time. I was about to become an extra addition in the play. Since I wrote it, I know how to weave myself in. I was about to take on a character. I was about to be the wife he lost. Come here, dear. I returned. Come here, let me talk to you for a second. Yes. So we're planning a second run of the show.
All right.
Here's the doozy question, and this is the last question.
Okay.
If you decide to continue, are you interested in your role or somebody else's?
I'm sticking with mine. I done already learned it. I ain't learning nothing.
Absolutely. I'm not going nowhere either. No.
I'm saying
I'll do better, but I ain't learning nothing new.
I'm saying somebody else could want your role. That's what I'm trying to say.
But if we not moving, they can't have it.
That's right. Because I can hold an audition.
No need. You already got this. There's no need. You already got
So do you want, wait a minute. Can we ask you a question? Do you want to change us up?
If I want to change you, I would.
Okay, I'm asking.
And
yes
I said it.
No?
I don't really. But I also would like to say, I would like to ask other people if they would be interested. Because we are opening up spots. People, anything can happen.
Well, they can take the other spot.
White did not plan on being Jasmine.
Yeah.
Okay. Ursi was not planning to be church lady too, but she ended up in the role. So that question goes out, that if White decides for any reason that she's not going to do it, I need to know who wants to be a candidate.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to stick to church lady number 2. Because me and Miss Joyce, we got this thing going on. I think can't nobody be the church ladies like us.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm in full agreement as well.
However, if you want us to understudy in case, we do that, but otherwise we can stay where we are.
Mhm.
If that's okay.
That
with
wasn't the
you.
question about what I want. The question
Oh,
was
no.
about you. You're
I
trying
want
to
to
say
stay.
me. Okay,
No.
you're trying to say me. This is a question that y'all are avoiding to not ask what I would say. If it's something that you would like to do, I mean, it's an honest question.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, truthfully, I would like to stay I would like to stay church lady.
So
I would like to
hey,
keep my character too.
If
I
I,
like
if,
to stay right where I'm at.
say, look, I'm not really interested in another character. I would like to remain as my own.
oh, that's
Well,
it.
that's what I just said.
No, but I'm
Wait.
saying Stephen may decide he want to be the bishop. He wants to give a crack at being the bishop.
I want to be the
Wait,
bishop.
and I got something to say.
I want to be the bishop. I want to be the first lady. I want to be Jasmine. I want to be is your nosy neighbor across the street.
Oh,
I
you
want
want
to
to
be the
be a
director.
one-woman show.
Wait, so you want to be a one-man show?
Say
Well,
one woman.
basically, right?
I'm gonna marry Dominic to Kelly and get a new bag lady.
Hey now.
Hey,
No, I don't think they're gonna be able to play it like Kelly. No.
And then
No,
Kelly would look like
them
a
two
cougar because
together? Oh,
Dominic
no.
looks young. And then Kelly looks older than Dominic. And he'd be like,
yeah,
"Woo."
cougar.
Jasmine.
She just got her a young man. That's all. They do it every
"Hey,
day.
come on, honey." Then just drag him on out. Boop, 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 boop.
No, you can't drag me out like that. No.
Look,
You gotta leave the big time.
Harpo.
Mhm.
And look,
No.
you told Harpo to beat me.
No.
He gonna be
Oh, my
Harpo.
life, I had to fight.
You'd be like, grab my skirt and let's go, Dominic.
Coming down now.
That's the hem of my garment. I'm leaving now. I don't like this. I don't like this.
I have to fight every night to prove my love.
And
Y'all
that
trying to make the
saxophone, they
blind
ain't going to
man be
get
right.
it.
Y'all trying to make the blind man be right because he was trying to describe the color purple.
Right. Right.
The blind man would be right.
Uh-oh.
You will be right, wouldn't he?
Uh-oh. My battery is low.
Well,
No, I love my character. My character is unique.
And on point.
She's very special.
Yeah.
Miss Mary Livingston.
what about you, Solomon?
Is Solomon still on?
I would keep it the same.
look, everybody turned up to Solomon like, say,
Right, like, what you gonna say?
I would
everybody
keep
did
it
the lean back. What about you, Alicia? Would you like to come from behind the scene, come on the scene?
You already know what role I want.
Which role you want?
The prostitute.
Oh, shit.
You know,
Go ahead. Go ahead, girl. We gonna make those. If Cabri don't come back, you got the job, girl. We gonna have look. What was that? A thick madame prostitute. Madame.
That's right.
But you know what? It is so funny.
All the way
because
live.
I don't think nobody now could ever match the cast now.
anybody
So,
else, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If anybody think, nah, boo, you have to come out and do better than that.
Yeah. And they got to get jumped in. It's like, you just can't walk up on this. I mean,
Yeah, you
now we
can't.
in a full circle.
That's
My
right.
man, I'm not letting no. We close
No,
circle.
it's a bond, so it's a wrap. That's a done deal.
Mhm.
Well, I hate to tell you, but see, in Broadway plays, they have a tendency to exchange
Very quickly.
actors all the time.
That's-
That's standard.
Listen, I
That
understand
is
that.
standard theater.
When
Because
we get to Broadway, we'll make changes. Right now, no.
Barkley Street, baby.
if I take this on the road, half of y'all can't even go nowhere because y'all got jobs.
We bought. Excuse me. I
Ellie,
don't have a job, man.
We quit.
Just talking about FMLA, I can roll.
I
Kelly,
will
We
pick
can't
with
hear
you.
you.
Kelly,
I don't know what Solomon say.
Me
I'm
too.
telling you. Let's
You
go.
say Solomon.
I said me and Kelly, we in this together. So.
There you go.
We rolling, baby.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well,
Until the wheels fall
I say
off.
it this way. I have a girlfriend in New York who say, I'm gonna look for a theater that y'all can come up here and do it.
Okay. Is she really?
Yeah, she really is.
Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
We ready.
On Broadway, on Broadway.
Coming with my own light.
On
We
Broadway.
They
Coming with my
say
own light.
on Broadway.
listen. That's what vacation time. That's what vacation time is for.
Yeah.
Vacation, sick time, FMLA. We
FMLA.
ready.
Yes.
Ready.
Yes. Slick
Listen.
days and all that. We're gonna put bag them all together. I'll be
Look,
right
y'all
back.
know Ron can't go nowhere. Y'all know Ron can't go nowhere.
I am already a performing musician. I can go places.
Oh,
Oh,
there it is.
there it is.
But we ready to go.
Well, we
We
on the
ready.
road.
We like that.
Yeah, of course, that does mean that that does mean that I have to turn down the music gigs, but it's okay.
Quite a few.
That's all right. We ready.
He's on down the road.
Come on now. Don't you carry nothing that won't be alone.
Hello. Come on. Ease on down. Ease on down. Down, down.
Play it, Dominic. Play it. Yes, man.
Play that saxophone.
Yes, and I have been seriously working on the sitcom and the next play. The only person I think that got a sneak preview of the play is Alicia. So Alicia, give us an understanding of the next play.
Say it again.
Tell them how you see the next play. Don't give them all the details. Just tell them how you like the second play or don't like it, whatever.
Oh, the second play is awesome, you guys. If she was reading it, I'm like, okay, what's next? She like, what you mean, what's next? I can come in first, because I'm like, okay, now you done got me in. You done threw me in, and then it stopped. Like, y'all are gonna love it. It's A1. It's
Okay.
A1.
All right.
Well, give us a little hit of it.
Alicia, I need more. I need more, Alicia.
I'll give you this one.
I'm with you, Steven. I need some more.
That's
Tell
right.
me more.
This one. We got two church ladies in it.
That's the one.
It has 2 church ladies in it.
We got 2 church ladies in it.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, we got to be good in this
That
one.
was no way to snippet.
Let's put it this way. It's called concealed.
Concealer?
Concealed.
Oh, concealer.
You see what they just did there, Solomon? You see what they just did?
And I do need a perverted uncle.
Yeah, it's pissing me off already, y'all. It's pissing me off already.
A perverted uncle.
Whoa.
Hey, Dre.
Oh, yeah.
Look.
You know that
right?
we all know that nasty uncle that
With that, we can cast for that role.
daddy.
That gotta be internal. They ain't gotta
Right.
be internal.
Auditions for the second play, not the first one.
Daddy.
Well, Percy, we probably have to be the comforters, trying to make this person feel. I don't know if anybody been molested. I don't know what it's about, though. I don't know. She said.
She
You
said
thinking
church
too hard
scene, so
already.
y'all two already in a church scene.
Doesn't mean
already
you're
okay.
automatically in it, because guess what? That play still got to be casted.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, y'all.
Well,
do what y'all do.
They have an upper hand, definitely, but because they play roles. But look, Baltimore is talented.
It is.
Yeah.
They talented, but they not that
We ain't
talented
telling
in his
everybody, though.
family.
But you have to.
We're gonna be telling everybody.
We're not telling everybody.
You have to.
We're going to reduce your choices to us and maybe one other.
because really, let me say this.
The cream of the crop.
This
Right.
next play
Yeah.
has very each has very distinctive roles in it. And it's
Okay.
not a large cast.
Got it.
So it's going to have somewhere between 8 to 9 characters at this point. So it is, and unfortunately, age is going to play a number in this.
Well, how old? What's the age?
Well, what I'm saying is because some parts require youth.
Count me out.
Oh,
I'm blowing my beard down here, Solomon. I'm gonna trip over my beard.
How you?
Well, if you look,
How do you define youth? You
Well,
have to
you-
define.
young,
So that's why I said how you, not
early
young. How you?
20s.
Right, Pastor Solomon. how
well,
you
we
feel.
are acting, so we
Not the
can
old
act
people.
young.
We're all
The
youth.
people
We're
are old.
God. So we're all youth.
That's a very loose definition, but all
Let
right.
it go, bro. Let it go, Solomon.
Next time I gotta go fight on behalf of this a speeding ticket, I'm taking Solomon with me.
So there are
was-
other plays coming. There are other roles. Also, I have another event coming, and I am looking for Contrell,
I asked so. Mm-hmm. He'll be here.
but I need
What you doing?
I need skeletons, and I need people.
Look, Tyler, what you?
Say nothing, Kelly.
Yeah,
And I need people. I mean, you're not gonna find many people in a grave this plump. So that's a skit. That's a skit to be performed at a conference that I'm going to be having next year. And so some people, like I said, everything is not going to always be a large cast.
Got it.
So
Mhm.
it's going to be parts where you may not fit it because of what the requirements are to be in that particular role. And that's okay, because if you don't want to can't be the play, you can always be a stage with Alicia. You could be other roles. It's not always being on the stage. There are other
That's right.
ways that you can help. So
Right,
if
it's learning all
you just wanna
dimensions
feel
of
like
it.
You just want to be a hand.
That's right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
we in it. Whatever it is, whatever we got to do.
All
we
for
did.
one and one for all.
That's it. We there,
Yeah.
whether it's behind or in front, we there.
We
Or
can
on
have
the side.
I can have people who deal
After
with
I
the
get my shirt.
costumes. They manage the costumes and the props. And there, a stage play has many roles. I don't
Yes.
think y'all realize that.
Yeah.
The behind the scene part has probably more roles than it does characters in a
It
play.
does.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
And
does.
unfortunately, we didn't have as many stage names as we could have, but being a part of a play is more than just being on the stage. It's
That's right.
being in the inner workings to make something happen. And
Yeah.
so that is equally just as important. It may not bring you no spotlight or glory if that's what you're seeking. You know what I'm saying? But
No.
it will keep you inside of the theater, and you
Yeah.
can still be part of history in the making. Just in
Right. That's right.
We here.
That's right.
So
Blessing
We
it
out.
strengthen your weaknesses.
that's what and I can say this because for the most part, a lot of people were flexible. Stephen, although he was in the play, he was also there to help deliver and set the stage and to be the other inner workings, and Kelly came in, even though she was the bad lady's thinking, you couldn't tell by the time she came out the kitchen.
Right. That's right.
And she was ammonia.
That's right. That's
And so getting in, some people just come to eat, but some people come to eat and they don't mind washing the dishes afterward and sweeping
that's right.
up. And so there's those people you want to keep inviting.
That's right.
The people that just want to sit down and eat, enjoy the meal, but that's it.
Mhm.
If I can't get a chicken sandwich, I ain't gonna do no work. You know
That's
what
right.
I'm saying? So
That's it.
there's more to a production than just the casting on the
That's
stage.
right.
That's part of it, and that's great because I see more roles coming down the line of production of plays, but right now this one is still going. There's
Yeah.
another one in the queue. There are excerpts of many things that are going on that
That's
might need somebody to come in. So
Yes.
you never know. And I'm gonna pull out, I'm gonna say the bag of the names that I know of people that I can say, hey, this role might fit you.
Got it.
Saying
Yep.
this role might
Got
fit you. But if there's no role that fits you, are you still willing to help the wheel on the bus go round and round and round?
That's right.
Yes, I'm
Don't y'all
still
know they
willing.
had their costumes in order,
What
didn't
we
y'all?
going on
Didn't
Broadway?
you have costumes in order?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, thank you. I
Yeah.
won't
You
play.
welcome. Thank
I
you.
won't play it. I had you, boss lady. Yes, I did. I had you. Yes, I did.
That's
So
So I'm
right.
just saying. I'm just saying. Look for my name in that sky. You know, put me out there because I was working.
look,
In
you
my
know,
head, I was working.
so yeah, you want to be able to just not, oh,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you,
right.
it's great. I'll
Yep.
see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. you know,
That's right.
mhm. You know, and
Yeah.
some people
But
get
that's all teamwork. That is supposed to be teamwork.
Yeah.
All across the
Yeah,
board.
that's right.
It's whatever help is needed, everyone should be able to pitch in.
That's
Just
right.
because you do your part, you just
Teamwork
don't
make
leave
the dream work.
You got that right.
That's right.
That's right.
so. I really thank you. I'm looking forward to this next show. We are
Yeah.
looking to bring back the singers and the dancers this time. Because hopefully we'll have no cap, you know,
Mhm.
in there. We're hoping. We don't know. We didn't know what we weren't expecting 2020 to go this way, and we definitely don't know what 2021 is going to bring.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I'm just hoping that we can bring everybody back because you know they were intricate parts, and when we didn't have them, I had to figure out how to fill the holes of that. We're using white and and different
And,
dominants and different ones to fill those roles. Plus, I
look,
went.
and you did a good job too. You were moving, you were
Yes,
thinking, you
yes.
did it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
I
you.
ain't get no sleep either. But that's
I
okay.
looked at Ursi. I said, "Oh Lord, Ursi, I got another part."
Well,
I like
that
how you,
also goes with theater. Parts can
Mhm.
change at a drop of a hat.
That's right.
Yes.
And it can change, and you got to be flexible to say, okay, boom. But see, the key is if I'm practicing and I know what I'm supposed to do, adding one more thing to it is not a big deal. Is when I don't know what I'm doing and you
That's
add
right.
another part that it becomes even more overwhelming. And
Mhm.
because things can change, anything can change. And
That's
so
right.
we did a good job as timing. We it was 3 hours. It was 3 hours. It was 3 hours.
It didn't
It
seem
was
like
3
3 hours
hours.
though.
That was
But
The
it
good.
first
didn't feel
time,
like 3.
the first time,
Yeah, the first time it was 3 hours. Both of them were 3 hours.
It didn't feel like
It was
3
longer
hours.
It didn't.
on Saturday than it was on Friday.
right. That's
It
it
didn't
did
feel,
feel longer.
it didn't
Listen.
feel long because I tell you, Act 1 went really fast. We didn't know that we was up, and we
When
was like, "What?"
Jasmine and I
Oh
had
my
that
God. She
conversation
stopped. I said, "Oh,
and
Ursi, you
boss
getting ready to
lady,
go with?"
It said,
Yeah.
wow,
when
wow.
we had the conversation and boss lady stuck her head through that door and said, cut it. I was like, then
I was like, I don't know what to do now. What?
No, it
Invite
wasn't
me
the
to my
cut.
church. I don't
It
want you at.
wasn't for
Oh yeah.
y'all to cut. It was for y'all to
yeah, you
speed
didn't
up.
speed it up. Yeah.
This because
And
what
then,
y'all are doing is you're dragging it.
yeah, we was
Yeah.
tired. I think
But
all
we
was just
felt
tired
that.
that day.
The
Yeah, we
whole
felt that.
Friday
Yeah.
it went so quick. Everybody was on it. Saturday something happened.
The sleep demon came in.
I'm like, did they have chicken or something?
We
Did they
were
eat?
just tired.
That would have
Yeah.
been beef and mashed potatoes and some cake and some sweet tea and biscuits. That's what we were. It was like,
that adrenaline, I'll say if I say that right, Lord, was gone Saturday. Friday, we was like pop, 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 yeah. Saturday was like,
see,
okay.
that
we already
right
did this.
there,
We're masters now.
that right there, you can never lose.
Right.
Yeah.
And we saw that. We saw that Saturday.
You
Yeah.
gotta be able to have that high every single
All the time.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
stay perky, you know.
now
Red
just
Bulls next time.
imagine
Yeah.
having a Sunday show.
Boy, we had a Sunday show, we'd be like this.
What's wrong with this thing?
They gonna say she really playing her part.
Me and Steven really been hugging. We be hugging, walking up the steps, walking across to the sofa. No, I'm not chasing you today. You go ahead. Just go ahead and get out.
You good. You good. Bring me back into the box.
Just throw the
Yeah.
tin across
So
the
then,
room.
you know, that gave us an idea, but not an idea, but made us look at ourselves better than, okay, so now we know what not to do. We cannot go down.
No.
That same high until we finish. And
Right.
then we can say, whoo! But
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give me a B12 shot.
You have to keep the same momentum. You know, both nights. If it's 3 nights, we gotta keep all 3
Also,
nights.
you had two
It just
different
gotta be it.
Oh yeah, we did.
different types of people.
We sure did. The first
And
crowd was
people,
kind of
I was
amped and
talking to Terrence
participating.
or Solomon or somebody. I said, you know what? Friday night, it was family night. That's family night. Because you had 2 families in the house. That was it. Joyce and her whole half a planet. And Kelly filling up the rear. So
Right.
no, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But when you got to Saturday, what made me a little bit upset was that the other people that didn't show didn't let me know, because I know there were people in a queue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And even though they get the
Absolutely.
2021 option, they could have just said, hey,
They
because
could
I
have said,
know
hey.
Mercy had people and Joyce
Yes,
said
it
like
is.
20 more people.
Oh, Jesus.
And then
Yeah.
2021, my in-law side, they coming, so that's another
Yes.
family show.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I think
And
everybody
Joyce's
family really
children loved it so much, they probably gonna tell other people to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cousins of them that couldn't come, cousins, auntie, uncles.
That's right.
I
There
already
were a
said.
lot more that wanted to come, honey.
So you're gonna have that.
Yeah.
And EBDC said they want their own night.
Entire church to come.
They're gonna sell it out, the whole place, to them alone.
Yes.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Well, they better pick that first night while we high.
No, if I was thinking that
We got
it
this.
needs to be a Sunday, because they need to be a Sunday.
Okay.
Listen,
They
we gonna be fasting.
4
okay?
or
We can't
5
eat-
o'clock on a Sunday.
That's
where
fine.
they start at 8.
Make it
reason why
3:30 right after church service.
Because they're already there, they can come down. And since they want their own, for them to have a Friday night, which is a prime night, a Saturday is a prime night.
That's fine. Yes, I think that would work Sunday
I'm
for
just-
the church.
I'm not saying we're going to do a Sunday, but I'm saying that you have to consider that to be an option, or to extend it to another go round.
But that's fine. No,
Right,
Sunday,
right.
Sunday would be good. That's usually when churches are already, like you said, out and stuff. So I think that'll be fine.
Right. So those are the key things that I am praying into, because
Okay.
only God can tell me at this point whether to or not to at this point.
Amen. And that's it.
Amen.
He has the final say.
Yo,
Right.
yes, that's how it is.
Yes, the final say and only say, to tell you the truth.
If you don't, if you've been with me this far and you don't understand that about me right now, then I'm sorry. But the
Listen.
thing to ask me is, when did God say it? That's what you need to ask.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the truth.
And you know that's it.
Question.
And that's it.
That's the truth.
And that's all.
Thank
And that's
you.
all you have to say.
Oh, I mean, because Alicia has been the longest, and she knows my character, and she knows my nature.
That's right. If God didn't say it, she ain't moving. She don't care
That's
who you is.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
That's how it should be.
I hear you. Thank you for your opinion, but I don't operate out of
No,
opinion.
I'm free like that. That's right.
Yep.
Well,
It's
amen.
nice, and I love you, and I understand you wish me the best, and you're hoping for the best, and your heart is in what you want to say, but this is not even about you. This is about him.
It's
So
about him.
tell me, and that's it.
That's right.
Everybody knows. My children will tell you. Can you ask God if you can do? They were brought up that way. That's just how it is.
Amen.
It's not in the scripture, so it's not happening.
Mhm.
There you go, Steve.
Even you can get put out.
Hey, I never said anything with the word. I just don't obey it most of the time.
Steve, you got it.
Let's plan some more outings. Try to get a movie theater. Let's do it. I want to go to Outback so I can get my prime rib. You know.
All right.
And if not, okay, I just need Dominic. I would love to mail you your awards.
Okay.
And Stephen, I would like to give you and Terrence the award
Keep
sometime.
it shining for me. Sometime this week I'm gonna come see you.
Well, you should be at my house. You were supposed to be at my house today.
Oh.
Hey, I got a package for you. I got a package for you.
Hey,
The package
hey,
is correct.
Trey. What you
Right.
Is that okay,
What you
Jazz?
got to say now, Dre? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was supposed to be. Then I thought I would get the opportunity to present it to him. But I needed Dominic to also give me an address. I did ask him for it. He ignored that question.
I'm sorry about that.
You know, because I really want to be able to, we gave out, instead of giving you a certificate for participation, me, Sierra, and the crew, because Alicia, Renee, Sierra, and I, and a few others, we were all a part of what to give. And me, Sierra, we all kind of came up with these things. And I said, you know what? I want to give everybody something. This is the first show. And I know for the future already that this award show will become a little bit more intimate and formal, where you'll be able to invite your families and receive it.
All right. That's awesome.
That's good.
That's awesome.
So we are trying to get it all together. I was trying to find out. So yeah, I really wanted to because there was some awards that I wanted to definitely make sure y'all have and put on display, and that'll be that. You know how they do at the Emmys and the Oscars and all of that stuff. So Dove Star will become the Star Award. So
yes.
All right. That's all right.
Love it. Yeah.
Yep. So don't forget to tune into Flavor, and
Yes.
let me say this to you all.
Pepper.
Wednesdays are coming up in November.
Okay.
If you have any funny videos, funny pictures, or you want to be a comedian like Solomon.
You ain't lying about that.
Miss Kelly.
Her too, Adriel.
Did she just call me out? Stand-up comedy.
Yes, she
She
did.
said Miss Kelly.
She said Miss Kelly.
Look how she fades off in the bush. Do a video of your stand-up comedy and send it to me, and we are going to put it on Wacky Wednesdays.
All
And
right.
it's
All right.
almost Wacky Wednesdays is almost stuff like for the older people, they'll know bloopers.
Got it.
Like White, she a few number. She old as dust. Royce
Got
is
it.
Average.
So what it does is it just basically looks at pictures, videos, and we have some fun with it. So Wacky Wednesdays, this Solomon not deliver on flavor or what?
Yeah. That was awesome.
Pastor Melissa Gallup coming on this Thursday.
All right.
My
sister-in-law. My sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law. Pastor
All right
Gallup
now.
is coming on this Thursday from Portsmouth, Virginia. And so
I need a do-over.
No, you don't. You did good. I ain't never looked at Pepper like in the bag until you were like, you see the specks of white? No, I don't see no specks of white. I had to go dump out the pepper and then put it back in the container. It does have specks of white.
Why you did good, girl.
Yeah, you did.
I said, Solomon came in and bust through the door. I said, wait a minute. Hotel, I need a do-over because
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No,
And
you
let me- I'm gonna-
girl.
Let me tell you something. You do not need a do-over because everything that I endured, everything that I've been going through in these last 2 months is the result of the lemon. You don't want to be squeezed the way I was squeezed for that.
Uh-huh.
no, I don't want to do over.
You don't want that. If I tell you the lemons that's been in front of me in my presence, you wouldn't even believe it. But I talked to Prophetess Monique about that. You know, the lemon is bruised. If you look at lemons, most of them have bruises on them.
Yep.
We don't talk about bruises. I didn't get to the bruises. Only 8 minutes. But
we're gonna bring you back.
one day.
Well, you have a
I
part
got a list
two.
right now.
You
I
have
have
a
a
part two.
Yeah, I did. I told you we're gonna have you for part 2, but we have Pastor Melissa Gallup, Evangelist Lisa Johnson, Prophetess Tanya Lofty, Prophetess Tanya Mahoney. So this is about God. God identifies who they are. I don't, and I don't know what their flavor going to be and how they're doing it. So,
Don't you want? Somebody should do something about some cayenne or some.
I'm gonna try it again. Let me help you out again, Miss White.
Some vanilla.
I don't decide.
I know. I'm throwing it out for the Lord to give it to you.
No, you have to give it to the Lord, and He will give it to the person if that's what they supposed to do.
Well, they okay.
Okay, I don't give them flavors. I had no
No.
flavor.
She do not give the flavor, and trust and believe the Lord will give it to you. He will. But for that particular time, I mean, I was only joking about me doing a do-over. I understand.
I know you
but
are.
for that particular time, I mean, it's a reason, and I couldn't understand it myself. But I was like, oh, hold still, that's true. This is a real flavor going on here, and how to switch it and let you know that the same season you think is bad turned out to be good. Go ahead.
And then y'all said the same thing though, because Solomon said the same thing. It'd be sour when you mix it with some sugar, change up the flavor.
Yep.
You said the same thing.
Yes.
See, I was squeezed. She was grounded. We both went through a process.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. That's a word.
We
all
coming up all are using their process, and God is attaching it to a flavor. And so it's not something I can choose. That's something God does. And so He selects the people. I just got the other two, so they dropped into my spirit, and God says, I want them. And if He wants them, I text them, I ask them, and I said, let me ask you something. Would you be willing? And they can either say yay or nay.
Yeah. Because I called I said, what flavor you want me to do? What flavor you want me to go over? She said that's completely up to you. Look, whatever the Lord gives you is what you got.
Wait. It
I
is.
thought I was going to start a flavor. Pick that. Look, that'd be easy. Give me a flavor.
Didn't work out like that, huh?
That's right.
Okay. Let's get this meeting started.
That's
Sounds
right.
like sleepy.
And there it is.
I give you a topic and this is it. Let God move on it. That's it. I don't got nothing to do with what the Lord has to say. Okay.
That's right.
But leaving that alone and moving on. So make sure you tune in. And if you haven't put any comments under the Meet the Neighbor, because I can tell you some of y'all didn't.
I did.
I tell you who's real faithful, Kelly.
Kelly is.
Kelly
Very
is. As soon as she get off the show, she
Yep.
very faithful. Very faithful.
She comes up the rear. Joyce sometime. Alicia once in the blue moon after I've said, did you put a comment? I'm giving one in there. Dominic is batting 0.
You're over, Dominic.
You too, Stephen.
Oh.
Okay.
Y'all better get on it.
Is get it cracking.
Amen.
Okay.
It don't take the same energy y'all put in the cast. Is the same. That's why I said stop putting it in the cast.
Put it in the comments, right?
Okay. Right.
Put it in the comments instead of putting it
So
on.
everybody can see it. Mhm.
Yeah.
Not only
Put it in the
that,
comments.
it also increases the ratings for the show. The more attention it draws, and I need that attention for what I want to take to.
That's right. So everybody on here who's listening right now, y'all leave a comment. Y'all share.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And leave a
Y'all,
comment.
that's for me to say. Everybody's on here listening right now. Y'all leave a comment.
Right. Share.
Including those employees.
White
Make
don't
sure
leave
you
any
like,
either. She had
subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share.
That's it. Like, subscribe, and share, people.
Subscribe.
You.
I like. Usually I like, but I
Like,
don't put
subscribe, and share, everyone.
That should be on a t-shirt.
Let them know if church
I think
lady
it
number
is.
one.
Subscribe and
So
share.
give your last final comment to anybody who's thinking about going into production, plays, and acting. What would
Pray, pray,
Be
pray,
serious.
pray, and listen to the Lord first. Don't you jump out there by yourself, because you're gonna drown.
No, you will not. Go ahead. Go on.
Practice.
Oh man.
Ronald.
Yeah.
You're
okay.
up.
Okay. If you want to do this, make sure that you have your time in order so that you can get, because it is time intensive. This is a time intensive, very serious business. It can really take you away from other things that you have scheduled. So make sure you don't have other things scheduled. Schedule them around this instead of this around them.
Amen.
And make sure you have patience. No, you got to have patience.
Stephen is next. I'm calling out the name. Stephen.
Oh, sorry.
Consistency. Trust your partners. Trust your co-workers. Trust the cast. Consistency.
Thirsty.
I will say, catch the vision. Catch the vision. Catch the vision. When you do this, you catch the vision of the the playwright or the director. Catch that vision. That's how you work. You catch the vision.
Joyce.
Be on time. Stay with the timing.
Arnita.
Two things. First one is follow directions. And the second one is be willing to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sacrifices.
Amen.
Amen.
Take some fish oil for remembering.
That
Be
don't make it
willing
10.
to sacrifice now, baby. Yes.
I'm serious. And no, seriously though, you have to be truly be into yourself. Trust yourself first. Trust yourself, and like Urshi said, the vision. If you put those two together and you trust God with it, it's going to work. So you just be patient. Don't rush it. Be patient and let it come to you. So when it comes to you and you do it by step, it's going to be beautiful. But if you rush it, it's going to be a mess. And you know God don't bless mess. So take your time.
I would say to like set time each day towards accomplishing your goal, whether that be memorizing some lines or trying to really get into your character, and like you just have to make time for this because
that's the truth.
Make time. Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Make time. Make sacrifice. Oh God, it's a sacrifice.
Yeah, and trust yourself.
Be intentional.
Please let them go in order, please. I know y'all got stuff kicking in, but let the.
Oh, I thought we was finished. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, be intentional and stay focused.
There it is.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
Ariel, what would you recommend to little girls and boys who are thinking about acting?
I would say not to be nervous and just trust in God.
And of
Give
course,
a lot of attitude.
okay. And Solomon?
I would just say continue to be open-minded. Also for visionaries, be firm but not too rigid, because anything can change, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes, Lord.
Amen.
Trust me, I, as the director, the writer, and producer, understand that anything can happen. And you gotta be very flexible to make adaptations to lines and roles and scripts and days and weeks and months and years and all kind of stuff. So there's a lot of jumping to do in plays. And so that's my recommendation. I want everybody to thank those that will be tuning in, those that have tuned in, those that are interested in any of our upcoming plays. Make sure you hit me out at dovestarproductions@gmail.com. You can also visit the website for Dovestar at dovestar-productions.ueniweb.com.
Okay.
And I'll put it in the chat. But yes, Dovestar has a page. Y'all just never visited it.
Hey, Jasmine, I'm gonna be home tonight. You got any official? You got any more official?
I got you. It's in the cabinet.
You got any official, Kelly?
You have enough for your neighbor across the street?
Can we just add the fish and not the oil?
Say what?
Can we just get the fish and not the oil?
I'm just saying, all I need is some soap and